surprised. Hey folks, Matt Waldron here again with Life's a Bluff. We're doing random questions with Joe Sebok, captain in charge of Poker Road. Man known by a million names and a million objectives, but at the end of the day, just Joe Sebok.
Just Joe Sebok. It's kind of like, Poker Road is kind of like running an asylum. So I don't really consider myself a captain as much as like a head, psychologist.
Do you feel like you've grown up a little bit now that you've almost got a year in the works of working on Poker Road?
Well, I guess it depends on what you mean by grow up. I had a lot of business experience, but it's definitely been a whole new ball game trying to play poker professionally and run a business, full time. So I think I've grown older. I think I've aged a lot of time, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years in the last year. But it's been a ton of fun. It's so much fun, to start something like Poker Road, and everybody that we've been able to bring in, obviously the old team from the circuit and everything, and all the way to Life's a Bluff. The living on Poker Road stuff is just awesome. So it's been a lot of fun.
Good deal. What was your first car?
My first car was a beat-up ass. I don't even know what it is. I had it for like a summer in Illinois when I was going back and visiting family there, and actually I bought it off of my older brother's girlfriend. So I was 16 at the time, and she would have been 19, and it was awful. It literally barely ran. It spewed oil everywhere. It was like literally it was like a running EPA hazard at all times. So I had that car for a summer, but then I had a little red Hyundai hatchback that I had for years after that. So I kind of consider that my first car.
Your first car.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
What happened to it? I sold it eventually. I graduated from college and I ended up getting a Nissan Xterra in 2000, and I just sold that bad boy. It was like I was saying, it was a red hatchback. We called it the Red Devil, and it saw a lot of times. We'll say times.
Times. Now, did you sell that in Illinois or where were you?
No, I sold that in Berkeley.
In Berkeley.
Actually, yeah.
If there are any people out there who now are living in the back of a red hatchback full of memories, please let Joe know.
You know where it came from. Be careful.
Be careful.
Be careful in that thing.
Be nice. If you had to live in the wilderness, where would you locate yourself?
That's actually a great question. There are so many places. The Grand Tetons, right outside of Jackson Hole, are amazing, absolutely beautiful. I had a great time up there. I've always wanted to see Alaska, so maybe up there. I think it's kind of tough, South Dakota is pretty cool, if you really want to stay outdoors, if you want to go that route. But I probably would say the Tetons, if you had to nail me down.
Have you seen Into the Wild yet?
Love it. It's a great, it was definitely one of my top 5 movies for last year.
Wow, good stuff.
Yep.
All right, favorite Looney Tune character?
Favorite Looney Tunes character? So who's in is Tasmanian Devil in the
Tasmanian Devil is in the Looney Tunes. It's the Bugs Bunny crowd.
Right.
So Taz.
If I could take the energy of the Tasmanian Devil and cross it with, the intelligence of Bugs Bunny, I would be that.
Be all there.
It doesn't exist, but I would like a hybrid of the two, probably.
Beautiful stuff. Hummer or hybrid?
Oh, hybrid for sure. No question.
Mustang or Mercedes?
Mustang, for sure.
Okay. Harley or Katana?
See, I don't know. See, that one is really tough because I like Harleys a lot more, but I hate the super loud ones. So I don't know. I can't even decide. I'll just say mountain bike. How about that?
Mountain bike. NorCal at its finest, folks.
There you go. I can't deny it.
Hey, catch him next week in his home environment.
Absolutely. I can't wait. It's one of my favorite tournaments up there. And I've always done well. I played the first year. I finished 30th. Last year was 7th. So, man, it's got to be first, right? It's got to be first. Yeah. We started the same table together. That's right. That's right.
We annoyed the hell out of Phil Helmuth until he blew up on it.
He went off on me at one point. He gave me this speech. It was truly unbelievable. It was, I think you'd bust, or at least you were at a different table. It was really, really late, I believe, on day 1. And I played a couple pots with him. He opened, and I was short. I had ace-king, things like that, where I moved in. And he turns to me and he says, Joe, I know you have a lot of pride, but I think it's going to get you into trouble. And it was literally like, he morphed into like old Father Time, cross-reference with like my father. It was this really bizarre moment of time. It was really interesting.
Nice. Now, so if that's one of the questions was, where's your favorite stop so far on the entire poker circuit, not just the World Poker Tour?
I love Bay 101. Bay 101 might be it. But I also love Reno. Reno, it's such a random stop, but it's cool because they have, in the casino, they have a built-in bowling alley, and they have a whole ton of other stuff that we can do. Yeah. So I have all kinds of funny memories of gambling, with J.C. Strand, on Rolling Strikes, and gambling with Gavin and those guys. But, it's always nice just to have something else to do. We always get kind of confined to the casinos, and all we end up doing is drinking and playing blackjack or drinking and gambling, so it's nice to have something else going on.
Where's the strangest place you had to corral Gavin from after a bit of work together over the years?
The strangest place I've ever corralled Gavin from? I don't know if I've ever corralled him from. He's passed out in many a person's room where I had to go, fish him out to do the show the next morning. So that's always been interesting. He's fallen asleep. I know Scott Hoff, the host currently at Big Poker Sundays, used to do the circuit with us. I think Gavin fell asleep. He was playing, like 1-200 Omaha 8 or something like that, and completely passed out. Told the Hoff to play for him. So he always does these ridiculous things that are just unbelievable.
Not so bad. Now, speaking of that you work with the Canadian, we have to ask you a very serious question.
All right.
Do you believe that the people of Canada are an invasion threat or an offshore source of musicians and comedians?
Definitely be. Definitely be. There's no question about that. But they need to let me into the damn country. I love Canada. Canada loves us. I don't understand what's going on, but y'all need to let me into the country. It's very important, okay? You stopped me last time. It's not cool. So I'm hoping next time they will allow me access.
Now, you're a big music fan.
Mm-hmm.
You had a little bit of a career as a musician as well?
I don't know if I'd call it a career, but I did play in a band in San Francisco that's still playing together and still playing out and playing shows there. It was fun. I didn't make any money from it, really, but it was a good time.
But you were in a band?
I was in a band. I can agree to that.
So my questions on that are your CDs alphabetized or just all over the damn place?
Oh no, they're definitely alphabetized. Well, they're nothing anymore. They're on my computer now. But before they were definitely alphabetized.
Right.
I had probably when I stopped buying CDs, I probably had something like 15 or 1600 at that point. And now it's just all MP3s, But it kind of freaks me out, and I think about this from time to time, because you can lose, I have 3 or 4 computers and they all have different amounts of music on them. But if something happens, that's gone. That music is just gone, and that's really scary to somebody like me. Who collects music, and it's a big, huge component of my life, so it freaks me out.
Yeah, I think about the same thing.
I gotta do something.
Hardcore.
I gotta do something.
Yep, got some ideas. All right. Best cover of a song you've ever heard, and who did it?
Best cover of a song. I really like the Smashing Pumpkins version of Landslide. Let's Fleetwood Mac and the Dixie Chicks did it after that. So I really like that. I'm trying to think. Most of the bands I listen to don't really do a whole lot of covers. For the most part.
Yeah. What's your favorite instrument?
Drums, of course.
Drums.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a brand preference?
No, not really. I kind of have this old kit. I taught myself just totally from scratch. So I kind of have this old kit that's pretty ghetto. It's I believe it's CB. CB is the company that makes it. And then I have all the cymbals. I have all Waldron and pretty decent stuff on the hardware side in terms of that. But I don't really have anything. I'm like a true ghetto musician.
Ghetto drummer.
Yeah. I always have been. So
2 steps shy of plastic buckets and sticks on the ground.
Absolutely.
There you go. Unfortunately, I think I know the answer to this one, being a Cardinals fan. But your favorite sports team, only one.
Cubs, baby. Cubs. Oh, Cubbies, baby.
Lord. Okay. When they play in Busch Stadium,
Yes.
Get you some tickets. We're going to go back
there. I will
there
come. I will 100% be there. We beat you guys up last year.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you smashed us for like 10 years before that, but...
And that whole World Series thing in recent memory.
I'll take what I can get. All right, we can't get much, so I will take what I can get.
That's a beautiful thing. And what people don't realize is it's a very prideful and it's a very strong rivalry. But there's a lot of respect between Cubs and Cardinals fans, unlike some other rivalries where things get pretty dirty.
Yeah, there definitely is. Respect there. It's tough for us too. When you're on a bad team, like the Cubs. And I went to Berkeley, and we always suck at everything. It's so hard to get, you almost feel like you're not really a rival because the Cardinals have done so much and we've done so little, so it's just painful, and it was like that for a long time when I went to Berkeley when we played Stanford, because they were in their heyday in the late 90s, where Stanford won everything. They went to the Final Four, they went to the Rose Bowl, and we would just be like, we were like 1-8 every year in football. We wanted to be rivals, but it was like almost a ridiculous rivalry. So, in some respect, I kind of feel like that. It's kind of a pathetic rivalry.
Now, here's one for you. Old style in the bleachers in Wrigley, or champagne in the ballroom at the Bellagio?
Oh, the bleachers. That's not even a question. I'm not even a champagne guy. Okay. I'm not a champagne guy, I'm more of like, drive a Jeep, go camping. That's kind of more my style. So